Hey there, welcome back to our Faithful Family video series where we're giving you some tips and some pointers on how you can bring what we're talking about here at Crew home with you so we can create lifelong disciples of Jesus Christ and be lifelong disciples. So I want you to think about this. How often did your kid growing up ask questions? I'm pretty sure you didn't need to teach them. They just came out of the gate with them. Why this? Why that? How did that happen? What's going on? I think my favorite question ever was, how many communions do I take before I have a full Jesus? You know, curiosity is great. It's this human reflex to a complex world, and it has played a vital role in the greatest inventions, the greatest discoveries, and the greatest conversations in human history. But unfortunately for a lot of us, for most of us, once we get to our teenage years and past, maintaining that curiosity can be really hard. It can be hard because we want the right question. We want to be right, and we want answers. And we don't like it when we don't get answers, so for some of us, we stop being curious, or we don't know what question to ask. We go from questioning everything to somewhat questioning nothing. And questions are such a vital role in our faith because as often as we hear how bad our questions and our doubts are about God, they actually help us to grow closer to Him in everything we do. So how can we keep asking questions so we can keep that relationship growing with God and with each other? How can we practice being more curious? There are a few tips and pointers. First, consume something different. Find new questions. Find an author or a podcast or a show that has maybe slightly different or completely different views than you do. And allow those views to encourage you to grow, to ask questions, and to seek out the truth through Jesus Christ. Then welcome your I don't knows. Don't bottle those up. Release them. Talk to someone about them. A curious person is concerned with learning, not looking smart, especially in front of teenagers who need to know that not knowing is a great place to start. Instead of being embarrassed and not having an answer to a question, wonder with them. Look for the answer together. Tell them, I don't know, but let's search together. Welcome those I don't knows, because that's vitally important. And then ask questions. Questions can be scary because they open the door to us being wrong about something, or us having an opinion someone doesn't agree with, or hearing something totally crazy. But they're important. Ask questions, because if we shift our focus from being right to being better, kinder, and more loving, questions become great tools for us. And lastly, listen. Asking questions is a great first step, but step 2 is just as important. Listening. When someone takes time to answer your questions or help you understand their perspective, or when you ask God a question, take that time to listen. Recognize their kindness. Listen intently and focus on learning something new. Because a lot of time we ask questions, but we don't stick around for the answer that will help us grow and maybe spark all new questions in us that will continue us down this line of adventure and growth. Questions and curiosity is a great thing. They help us to grow together and with God. Every relationship you've ever been in, you've started by asking them basic questions. And then those questions started to grow as your conversation started to grow and as your relationship started to grow. Do the same thing with God, do the same thing with each other. Make today a day full of questions. See all the wonderful things that you can discover. And let us grow in faith together through our curiosity and through our questions. Because curiosity and questions show we care. And I know we care about growing closer to God.